try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way.
Hi guys, it's your guy Greg Giants here with another Giants video. Now, the last Giants video I made was my Giants coaching staff video, which took like an hour and 40-something minutes, which was a little, maybe over a month ago, but I really wanted to do a free agent video before free agency started. Unfortunately, I just got too busy with work and other things going on in my personal life. But now I'm here today just to go over free agency, since it's been like 3-4 weeks since we signed our first free agent. But I just want to bring up the guys I wanted to re-sign before I get into the actual re-signs. On this paper here I wrote down, I wanted to re-sign Jermaine Illuminor, which the Giants ended up doing that. Now, when I did this little, project here, I had the Giants bringing Jermaine Illuminor back for 3 years, $54 million, that being 17 AAV, with like 36 or 37 million guaranteed or something like that. But regardless, the Giants ended up getting kind of a discount on Jermaine Illuminor since he wanted to be here. And I don't think his market was that great for being a 31-year-old tackle, which frankly I don't understand, because yeah, his run blocking's average or below average, but he was a pretty good pass blocker at right tackle, one of the best in the league. So the Giants re-signed Jermaine Illuminor for 3 years, $39 million a year. 3 years, $39 million, with $25.45 million of that guaranteed. So pretty much it's like a 2-year deal. That third year, I think, is a player option, so he could leave or whatever. But if he stays those 3 years, that would be great. But probably we're going to try to get his replacement within the next year or two. But I'm happy we brought back Jermaine Illuminor. I wanted him here. So, good job by the Giants. Good job by Jermaine Illuminor as well. $4 less million than I thought it was going to be, but honestly, I'm happy with that. I really, really am. So, Jermaine Illuminor is going to continue to be a New York Giant through the 2026 and 2027 seasons, so we don't have to worry about our tackles for a while. And who knows, maybe Marcus Bowe, if he develops a tackle, or if we draft somebody this year, which I think is the direction we're going to end up going. I think that's going to be more our 3rd or 4th round pick. No, we don't have a 3rd. Maybe our 4th or 5th round pick, we're going to try to get a developmental tackle. But rather than that, I like that we did that. Add Greg Van Roten down here. He is still a free agent, and I don't know why we haven't re-signed him yet. And it's really frustrating we haven't. Maybe it's going to be after the draft, but Greg Van Roten's going to be 36 years old. His family is here on Long Island. He has 2 daughters, a wife. I don't think he wants to move up. I don't think he wants to move his family somewhere else. Giants just need to bring him back. Greg Van Roten actually played pretty damn well last season. Run blocking needs some work, but his pass blocking was pretty good for being 35 years old at the time, so I would love to bring back GVR. Austin Schlottman, I wanted to bring him back. He just got a contract with the Tennessee Titans, though, which I'm really happy for him. Congratulations to Austin Schlottman. I hope he does well for the Tennessee Titans under Brian Dable, our former head coach, and former offensive line coach Carmen Barcelo. So, congratulations to Austin Schlottman. He deserves it. When JMS would get hurt as a starter, he would step in. He would play fantastic. I really wanted to keep Austin Schlottman, but it just wasn't meant to be. I think he got like $4 or $5 million a year. I think it was 2 for 8 or 2 for 10. Regardless, I'm happy for Austin Schlottman. It's a guy we got from the Minnesota Vikings. He ended up doing really well for us in his 3 starts. And then just, playing like in the second or third quarter. So, really happy for Austin Schlottman. Demetrius Flanagan-Fowles, I believe he's still a free agent. He is somebody I would like to bring back. We already signed a linebacker, though, but again, I want Demetrius Flanagan-Fowles for depth. You still need depth, and I think he could provide that. So, I would love to bring back Fowles. I hope the Giants do it, but we'll see what ends up happening. Daniel Bellinger now. I really wanted to bring back Daniel Bellinger, but he actually got a higher contract than anyone thought. He got 3 years, $24 million. from the Tennessee Titans, again, back with Dable. So that's $8 million a year. Congratulations to Daniel Bellinger. I'm going to miss him. I really wanted to keep Bellinger. He was always reliable. He was always a good blocker. Usually caught everything in his vicinity. I'm going to miss the hell out of Daniel Bellinger, but I hope he thrives with the Tennessee Titans. He was such a good player for us out of San Diego State. I'm going to miss him so much. Then I have Gunnar Olszewski. I wanted to resign him, and the Giants ended up doing that, so that's great. Now we have our kick/punt returner. Really happy to have Gunnar back on the team. Think he's going to provide a big boost for us on special teams, which is John Harbaugh's specialty and Chris Horton's. So, happy to have Gunnar back. Aaron Stinney, a guard, another guard for us. I wanted to re-sign him. The Giants ended up doing that for a year, so I'm happy to have Aaron Stinney back. Really happy we did that. So, again, if they just bring back GVR, I think the offensive line's good enough. But we'll end up seeing what's happening. And then, last but not least, guys I wanted to re-sign. I would have loved to have brought back Rakeem Nunez-Roches. But I guess the Giants just don't feel the same. I mean, I guess I get it, but we need defensive line. We didn't really do anything except for one minor signing, which I'm going to mention more toward the end of the video, but the Giants got to do something. They really got to do something, man. But now I'm going to shift to the guys I wanted us to sign. I had 6 free agents I wanted the Giants to sign. Now, when I did this, I figured they were going to do a lot more restructures and use void years. They did neither of those things. I originally had the Giants restructuring Andrew Thomas, Dexter Lawrence, and Brian Burns to create like $30 to $40 million more in cap space. They did not do that. They just restructured, I want to say, Brian Burns. But the guys I wanted us to sign, I wanted Leo Chanel from the Kansas City Chiefs. I was a really big fan of his. I loved Leo Chanel. Loved them coming out as well. Wanted the Giants to draft them. We ended up picking Cordell Flott, who is no longer on this team. Just a damn shame. He is now a Washington Redskin. I want to wish him the best of luck, but just when he's not playing us, I wish Leo Chanel the best of luck. I loved him so much, and I still do. He's such a good, underrated player. He only got $8 mil a year, which is what I had. I think I had like 3 for 24. I think that was exactly the contract he got. He is such a good player, though. I loved Leo Chanel. The next one that really pissed me off because the Giants were close to getting him. It was really 2 of these 6 I really wanted the most, but we didn't get either of them. And this second player is AVT, Elijah Vera Tucker from the Jets. This one really irked me and bothered me because the Giants were so close, but I guess they just didn't want to pay the $14 million price tag. I think he got like 3 for 42. But at the end of the day, when he is on the field, he is a very good to an elite guard. And the Giants need that. John Runyon is not Tucker, and neither is Greg Van Roten or whoever else. And it still pisses me off, even today, that the Giants did not get that done. They were in the driver's seat of getting that done. They just did not want to pay him. The Patriots ended up swooping in at like 11:25 at night that night. Signed him, and that was it. And that really, it pissed me off. It was just so stupid. The Giants needed to get Tucker, and they didn't. If he ends up being healthy with the Patriots, and he becomes an elite guard, like I know he is, that's going to come back to bite the Giants in the ass. Because, again, it's a position you need. I don't care about the injuries. It is what it is. Players get hurt all the time. That was a chance they needed to take. Even if you needed to pay Tucker a little bit more, I would have done it, personally. Again, I understand the injuries, but it is what it is. It was a position in need, and they didn't do it. So, I wish Tucker the best of luck with the Patriots. I really do. I wanted him bad. Him and Chanel I wanted bad, but especially Tucker. I really, really did. Moving on, Christian Wilkins is number 3 for me. He is still currently a free agent. I don't know if the Giants are going to end up signing him because of the controversial issue of him. Apparently he kissed a teammate on the head. I don't know if it was a joking manner or whatever. I flat out don't give a fuck. The Raiders, I don't know if they're still paying his contract, because I think they took the guarantees away, because they were able to, but regardless, I don't care. He is an excellent elite run defender and a good player. Him next to Dexter Lawrence would really help this team out. And the fact the Giants or anyone else hasn't signed him because of this bullshit issue, it's bullshit to me. I don't care. I don't care about your feelings. I don't care about the players' feelings. You gotta just get over it. If he tries to do that shit to you, punch him in the face. I don't know what to tell people. Like, he's a great player. He can help you stop the run, which is what the Giants need desperately. And he's still a free agent. I don't understand this. I really don't. I hope it's really just the injury he's recovering from and it's not this stupid childish bullshit. But knowing how the world is, it probably is. So I would love for the Giants to sign Christian Wilkins after the draft if they're able to. That would be a huge addition to this team that we honestly need. Him, Dexter Lawrence, Kayvon Thibodeau, Abdul Carter, Brian Burns. Great. That's a great defensive line right there. That might be the top defensive line in the league if we could do that. Plus, who knows what we do in the draft, so. To me, Christian Wilkins he's a must. You need him on this team. My fourth one I had here, Mike Evans. Again, I would have loved Mike Evans. He could have been a great number 2 wide receiver in that role. Maybe being the one if Malik Neighbors still needed time. He's still very capable of doing it. He ended up signing a huge contract with the San Francisco 49ers. I think he signed a 3-year, $60 million contract with them. And it's a great signing for the 49ers. Yeah, he has injury concerns. I get that. I understand that. But I would have taken the chance. A certified number 2 wide receiver. He could have mentored Malik Neighbors, been a big brother to him, really could have helped him out. Because I like Neighbors. He can be a bit of a diva. Mike Evans would have been able to help with that. But it wasn't meant to be, and I kind of knew it. I drew that in there. But again, I thought the Giants were going to restructure a bunch more deals, have a lot more cap room than they ended up having, but they didn't. So Mike Evans was never going to happen. Next one here, and this one makes me angry. And this is Tariq Woolen. Giants, you needed a number 2 corner. Tariq Woolen could do that. The guy is 6'4", huge-ass, long arms, and they didn't do it. And the market wasn't there for him either. So he ends up signing a 1-year prove-it deal with the Philadelphia Eagles, which pisses me off, for $15 million a year. So now, because we didn't do that, now the Giants have to face a cornerback duo of Quinyon Mitchell, then you have Tariq Woolen, and then you have Cooper DeJean in the slot. That sucks. That really sucks for us. Really, because we don't really have wide receivers besides Malik Neighbors, so that's going to be tough. Woolen does do some stupid shit. He does he has penalties, he does taunting penalties, unsportsmanlike penalties. But regardless, Tariq Woolen, he's a good player. And I don't know why the Seahawks let him go. I really don't. Maybe they have corners they really like that could take his spot, and they just got tired of the antics with him. I would have taken a chance on him if I was the Giants, though. And again, it's a position in need. You let Cordell Flott go. So, you have a gaping hole at corner 2 now. Or really corner 1, because you don't know if Paulson Adebo is a 1. I don't think he is, but again, the Giants should have just did that, but they didn't. And it sucks. And then last but not least, one of the free agents I actually had on here, the Giants did sign, and I did want this guy. And that is former Baltimore Ravens punter Jordan Stout. The only thing I got wrong on this, I had the Giants signing Jordan Stout for a 4-year, $16 million contract. They ended up doing a 3-year, $12 million contract. So I got the AAV right, but I'm happy we signed Jordan Stout. He's going to make our special teams better. Yes, he's a punter, and he's the highest paid punter now. I understand that. I have no problems doing it. It's $4 million. I don't give a damn. It's a punter. But at the end of the day, we had the worst punter in football in Jamie Gillen, and now we have probably the best punter, if not at worst, the number 2 punter in the league in Jordan Stout. We're gonna get so much hidden yardage, it's not even funny. Instead of teams starting at their own 35, their own 40, or whatever, because Jamie Gillen sucks or shanks a punt, now we're gonna have a team starting at their own 10, at their own 7, at their own 14. Again, it's a huge difference, and it's a huge bunch of yards, especially at the end of games where you could just pin a team deep back on their side of the field. So, Jordan Stout, yes, again, he's a punter. Jordan Stout could probably win us 2 or 3 games by himself. That's how confident I am. Special teams matter, people. And we need to take that into consideration. This was a great signing for the Giants, and this was one they needed to make. So I was very happy with that. But now, for the free agents, the Giants actually did sign, and my opinions on them. I'm going to start with Tremaine Edmonds. 3 years, $36 million a year, $23 million of that is guaranteed. I wanted Leo Chenal more. Again, Tremaine Edmonds was a 19-year-old when he was drafted by the Buffalo Bills in, I think, the 2018 or 2019 draft. I think it was the 19 draft. He was an up-and-down player, but the Bills ended up letting him go. He signed with the Chicago Bears. He ended up doing good for them. A little bit inconsistent to the Giants now sign him. I don't mind this too much, honestly. Again, 3 years, $36 million. When Devin Bush got paid 3 for 30, Devin Lloyd got paid 3 for 39 or 3 for 42, I think. Leo Chenal 3 for 24. So again, the Giants, you could say they overpaid a bit, but at the end of the day, if Tremaine Edmonds ends up stopping the run like we know he can do, his coverage is a little not that good, but if he can get some picks, because even though his coverage isn't the best, he can still pick the ball off. He had like 3 or 4 picks last year. So if Tremaine Edmonds could just do that and then just come up the A gap, B gap, and C gap, all the gaps, and just stop the run, that would be great. That's what we need. Especially if we draft a Sonny Styles or we draft a Jacob Rodriguez. I mean, that would be great for us. So I don't mind this too much. I'm happy we got Tremaine Edmonds. I wanted a linebacker. I honestly didn't know which one we were going to sign. I knew we were going to sign one of the 4 of them. Again, I wanted Chenal, but it is what it is with Tremaine Edmonds. The Giants wanted Tremaine Edmonds from the Bears. They tried trading for him. The Bears said no. So the Bears just cut him. Giants ended up signing him as a free agent. It is what it is. So, welcome to the New York Giants, Tremaine Edmonds. I'm happy to have you here, and I hope you do good things for us, because we need somebody to turn this linebacking core around. I think it could be you. And rather we draft somebody at linebacker, I would also like for him to mentor and help them out. So that would be great if he could do that. Next signing here, Giants signed Isaiah Likely, former Baltimore Ravens tight end, for 3 years, $40 million, $26 million guaranteed. To be completely honest with all of you, I didn't want Isaiah Likely. I liked how our tight end room was with Theo Johnson, Daniel Bellinger, Thomas Fidone. I just didn't. I really didn't. I didn't know we weren't going to keep Bellinger. Theo Johnson, to me, if he can just catch the ball more consistently, to me, that he's a tight end 1. And he could be an all-pro tight end. Theo Johnson has it. It's right there in your face when you watch games. Great blocker, good speed, gets open, catches the ball. He just needs to catch it more consistently. That is the problem with Theo. I will say, I think this Isaiah Likely signing will help him. Theo Johnson's going to be the tight end too, which I think he could thrive in, but again, I just liked how it was. And not to mention, the Giants brought back Chris Manhertz, which I didn't understand. But again, John Harbaugh wants to run the ball more. I get that. And Manhurts is a great blocking tight end, but he can't do anything else but that. So it's like a dead giveaway when he's in the game. You're going to run the ball. So hopefully, John Harbaugh and Matt Nagy can find a way when Chris Manhurts is in the game, if it is a passing play, so to make him not a total liability. But we'll end up seeing what's going to happen. But Isaiah Likely, welcome to the Giants. I'm happy to have you. I hope you do great things for us. Really open the field. Really help Theo Johnson, as we're going to be in a lot of 12 personnel. Maybe even 13 personnel when we have 3 tight ends on the field. I mean, again, but I like the Fedoni also. So I like where the Giants' tight end room is, even with the loss of Daniel Bellinger, which absolutely sucks for us. But the Giants weren't going to keep him when they signed Isaiah Likely. And they re-signed Manhurts. So it is what it is. Next signing, the Giants have Greg Newsome, 1 year, $8 million, $3 million guaranteed. He was drafted by the Jacksonville Jaguars a couple of years ago. Then he got traded to the Cleveland Browns, I want to say last year. He ended up doing well for Cleveland. Then they let him go. He struggled with Jacksonville. So this is a 1 year prove-it deal for Greg Newsome. He's going to probably have to play the corner 2 role if we don't draft somebody. And I'm curious to see if he can do it, because he was good for Cleveland last year. He had Denzel Ward on the other side, to be fair. And Paulson Adebo's not Denzel Ward, but, I mean, I'm willing to give Greg Newsome a chance. I mean, fuck it. Let's see what he can do. So now you have Paulson Adebo, you have Greg Newsome, you have Andrew Phillips. And it's gonna be interesting to see what happens here. So, I mean, welcome to the team, Greg Newsome. I'm happy to have you, even if it's for 1 year. Hopefully, if you thrive and really do well, we bring you back for more years. But, again, it's just a 1 year prove-it deal. So, I wish Greg Newsome the best of luck. And it's going to be interesting to see when he goes up against Devontae Smith, George Pickens, Lamb sometimes, McLaurin, Brown, all those guys. Moving on now to Patrick Ricard. 2 years, $7.6 million, $3.5 million guaranteed. I absolutely 100% knew this deal was coming. Again, I don't mind too much. Patrick Ricard is familiar with John Harbaugh. He can get his message in the locker room to the other players and all that. He's going to really help with the run game. So I'm good. And I've wanted a fullback back on the team ever since Madison Hedgecock and those guys. So I'm happy with Patrick Ricard. I'm happy he's on this team. It's really going to help us in 12 personnel, or especially in I formation, when he can just block and lay out a defensive lineman or a linebacker. I'm all good with it. So welcome to the team, Patrick Ricard. It's going to be fun to have him. But again, I knew this deal was coming. I didn't think Patrick Ricard was going to go somewhere else, and I would have been shocked if he would have went somewhere else, to be completely honest with you. Moving on, Micah McFadden. This should have been also in my resigns. I wanted to bring back Micah McFadden very badly. So, I'm happy the Giants did it. It's a 1 year prove-it deal for $3.75 million with $2.9 million guaranteed. I love McFadden. Yes, he can miss tackles at times. He's not the best player, but again, you need depth players. For me, I wanted Leo Chanel and Micah McFadden on one side, but it's going to be Tremaine Edmonds and McFadden. Also depends on what we do in the draft, but again, I'm just happy to have him. This defense we have requires 2 inside linebackers, and McFadden's going to be one of them, so really happy to have him. I hope he doesn't get hurt again. I hope he rebounds greatly, and if he does well, depending on if we draft a Sonny Styles or we draft a linebacker high, I don't see Micah McFadden coming back next year. He will get paid in the 2027 offseason next year. But for now, I'm happy to have Micah McFadden. I'm happy he's back on the team, and I hope he does great things, so that's going to be that there. Moving on, Darnell Mooney, the Giants signed 1 year, $3 million, all of it's guaranteed. I low-key really like this move. Darnell Mooney had injury problems last year, but But rather than that, he's usually a very good and consistent wide receiver. A lot of people are saying he could be our wide receiver too. I hope he becomes that. I don't want to put those expectations on him, because that's not fair to do that to him. If he could come in here and be our consistent wide receiver 3, I would be happy with that, because I have no faith in Slayton. So if Darnell Mooney could do that and he could play enough to be a 2, that would be awesome. But again, this is a 1-year prove-it deal for Darnell Mooney. But he is older now than he was when he was with the Bears, and then he was with the Falcons last year. But he did good with the Falcons last year. Rather it was Penix or it was Kirk Cousins quarterbacking for them. So I really hope Darnell Mooney does great things with us. And I hope I'm wrong and he is a wide receiver too. Because if he could be the wide receiver 2 of this team and give Jackson Dart another consistent weapon, which he is consistent, Darnell Mooney can get open. He runs routes very well. He gets open. He catches the ball, which is important. He drops some passes here or there, but he doesn't really have a drop issue. He just needs to stay on the field. That's Darnell Mooney's thing. If he could play 15 to 16 games, he could probably be a 1,000-yard receiver. Because I could very easily see the Giants treating him like a wide receiver too. But with the signing of Isaiah Likely, we're going to play a lot more 12 personnel. So we're going to have Likely on the field. We're going to have Theo Johnson on the field. Then we're going to have Vidoni on the field probably. Ricard's going to be on the field. Going to be our fullback. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. But when Darnell Mooney gets his opportunities, I hope he capitalizes. And I believe he will. Because I still believe he is a very good wide receiver. This was a low-key signing I really liked for the Giants, and I didn't even know he was a free agent. I thought he was still a Falcon. So I will take that. I will give credit where credit is due to the Giants front office. That Darnell Mooney signing could be very good for us. Now moving on to, I think, corner or safety, Darius Washington. Giants signed him for 1 year, $3 million, 1.5 guaranteed. He was a good depth piece for the Baltimore Ravens. The Giants did not bring back Dane Belton, so they needed somebody to fill that role, and they got somebody in Darius Washington. I'm all good with that. That's fine. You need as much good depth in the secondary as possible. So, it's going to be interesting to see what Darius Washington does, and welcome to the team, but again, not going to be a starter, but hopefully he can fill in if someone does get hurt. And hopefully he just plays well, because that's what we need. We need players to play well as depth. The Giants have always needed depth. And that's the one thing I will give credit with this free agency. We are fixing our depth. Yeah, we haven't really had any big superstars we signed. I guess maybe Isaiah Likely and Edmonds and Illuminor. But rather than that, the rest of these guys here are depth. And I'm good with that, because we need depth badly on this team. Now, number 10 here on my list, Calvin Austin. Signed him to a 1 year, $1.5 million contract, $450,000 guaranteed. He was a former Pittsburgh Steeler. Aaron Rodgers didn't really get Calvin Austin all that involved in the offense, and the Steelers didn't want to bring him back. Calvin Austin, again, I'm good. He can get open. He can catch the ball. I think he just needs more opportunities, to be honest. He'll be our wide receiver 3/4 on this team. Again, no faith in Slayton at all. But Calvin Austin can do his thing. When we played the Steelers back in 24, he burned the shit out of Andrew Phillips all night. So I like Calvin Austin, I really do, and I think he's going to do good things for this team if given the opportunities. But again, I don't really see the Giants using a lot of 11 personnel all that often. But again, we're just going to have to see how the season plays out. But I'm happy with Calvin Austin. Welcome to the team. Number 11 here now, Jason Sanders, the former kicker for the Miami Dolphins. A 1 year, $1.425 million contract with $300,000 guaranteed. This means this is going to be the end for Graham Gano. He is still not cut yet. I don't know what that means. I don't know what they're waiting for, but I love Graham Gano, but he's gotta go. I tried defending him for the longest time, but this man got hurt, got 3 separate injuries in a 10-week span. I can't do it anymore. And he's 37 years old, so Graham Gano's going to no longer be a Giant. I'm going to miss the hell out of him whenever the Giants cut him, but Jason Sanders now, he did not play last year because he was dealing with injuries, but when he's been healthy, he's been one of the better kickers in the league. Hopefully he still has it. Also, that's how the Giants got Graham Gano, because he was coming off an injury with the Carolina Panthers. They let him go. Graham Gano was one of the best 5 kickers for like a 2-3 year stretch until then he started with his injuries, but I like this Jason Sanders signing. He can make 55 to like 58-yard field goals. I don't know if he can make 60-yard field goals, though. I know Graham can, and that's why I'm going to miss Graham. But again, Graham is older now. So hopefully Jason Sanders can fill in just fine. If we could really have a true special teams to pair up with Jordan Stout. But I really hope Jason Sanders does well for us. But we're gonna see. It's gonna be a kicking competition between Sanders and the kicker we had last year. The guy everyone's hyping up that hasn't made even one 50-yard field goal in all the time we had him. I can't remember his name, but more than likely Jason Sanders is gonna win. He's gonna be the Giants kicker week 1. So on and so forth. Then the Giants end up signing Elijah Campbell, 1 year, the veteran minimum, $1.4 million with $50,000 guaranteed. I think he was a safety for the Miami Dolphins. Another depth piece like our Darius Washington. It is what it is. I'm all good with it. I don't care. Just keep building the depth. That's what we need to do. Just build the shit out of depth. So number 13, Jason Pinnock comes back to the Giants. He was with us for, I think, like 2 years. Well, he was with the Jets first, then he came to us for 2 years. Then we let him go last year. He went to the 49ers. They let him go, and now he's back here with us. He signed for a 1 year, $1.4 million contract, $200,000 guaranteed. Again, just more safety depth. I'm all good with that. I don't know what the Giants are going to do here, because they're signing a bunch of depth. If they draft Caleb Downs, you would have then, what was his name? I can't remember our free safety on the top of our head. That we signed from the Miami Dolphins. So it would be him. It would be Caleb Downs if we decide to go that way. And then you have a bunch of depth with Pinnock, Darius Washington, Elijah Campbell. So it's just going to be interesting to see what happens. Since Dane Belton's gone now. And before I get into it, I'm just going to mention the guys that did leave. Like, Dane Belton signed with the Jets for, I think, a 1 year, $6 million deal. I didn't want to pay Dane Belton that. He is a guy who can get takeaways, but he got burnt in coverage way too often. I just didn't want to deal with that anymore. So I wish Dane Belton all the best luck in the world with the New York Jets. Then we also let go of Wan'Dale Robinson. I did not want to bring back Wan'Dale Robinson. He was just too limited. His catch radius was very small. You pretty much had to throw the ball perfectly to him. When a team specifically wanted to shut him down, they would shut him down. So, I mean, again, I'm not trying to be an asshole, Wan'Dale Robinson, but I know his limitations watching him for 4 years. I wish him the best of luck in Tennessee as he got paid. He got, I think, a 4-year, $79 million contract, so close to $20 million. I'm really happy for him. I'm happy he got paid. I was never going to pay that contract for Wan'Dale Robinson. I am much happier paying Darnell Mooney and Calvin Austin their contracts than I would have been with Wan'Dale Robinson. I probably would have made a video ranting like hell if we would have did that. So I wish him the best of luck with Brian Dable and Carmen Barcelo and the Tennessee Titans. So, and then lastly, we let go of Cordell Flott, who also went to the Tennessee Titans. I think he signed like a 4-year or 3-year. I forgot I think it was like 12, 13 a year. The Giants apparently were very close to bringing back Cordell Flott. He was about to sign a contract, but then Robert Saleh sat him down and told him how he was going to be utilized in their defense. And Cordell Flott decided to go that way. I didn't know how to feel Cordell Flott. I wanted to bring back Cordell Flott, but then it's like, I wanted Tariq Woolen more, so I wrote down let go of Cordell Flott. Again, Tariq Woolen, he's a physical specimen. He's a fucking beast, but Cordell Flott, if they would have brought him back, I would not have minded that at all. Cordell Flott earned his stripes last year and earned my respect, so I wish him the best of luck in Tennessee with that defense, with Jeffrey Simmons, Robert Saleh calling that defense. We ended up playing them this year, but good luck, Cordell Flott, man. I'm gonna miss you. Like I said, I did not like that Cordell Flott pick because we passed on Leo Chanel. I always called Cordell Flott twat in the slot. You get your twat in the slot. But Cordell Flott, like I said, this year he really just he made me like him. He always gave effort. He always tried. He intercepted Jalen Hurts in the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll never forget that. So good luck, Cordell Flott. But now, to just finish up the rest of this, the Giants re-signed Joshua Ezeudu, 1 year, $1.3 million, $410,000 guaranteed. I want to see what Ezeudu can do personally. He had a good preseason, and then unfortunately he got hurt, so the Giants never really played him. Like Ezeudu, he has good feet. He just needs to work on more things as a guard, but I hope we get to see Ezeudu this year. It would be interesting, especially if they don't bring back Greg Van Roten. It would be nice to see Ezeudu as a depth piece, or maybe he starts a game or two. Kind of like a Schlottman type. Then the Giants brought back Isaiah Hodgins, 1 year, $1.24 million, nothing guaranteed. Again, I like where this wide receiver core is right now, unless the Giants draft a wide receiver in like the second or third round. Or maybe they go a Cardinal Tater or Jordan Tyson, which before the draft starts, I'm going to tell you guys how I feel on these prospects, but I'm happy we have Hodgins. So right now it's Malik Neighbors, Darnell Mooney, Calvin Austin, Darius Slayton, and Isaiah Hodgins. I'm good with that. Always reliable, clutch. You need a fourth down, throw it to Hodgins. You need a clutch third down, throw it to Hodgins. He's not going to get open all the time, especially when he faces better talent like a number 1 or even a number 2 corner, but Hodgins always gives effort and he always tries, so I'm happy to have him on this team. And he's welcome to stay as long as he wants on this team, if the Giants want him anyway. So, happy we re-signed Isaiah Hodgins. Giants then brought in Sam Roberts, 1 year, vet minimum, $1.215 million from the Atlanta Falcons. This does not count as a defensive line addition. This is just for depth. Again, just sign Christian Wilkins, man. But we'll see what happens. It's going to be probably after the draft when they do that. But Sam Roberts, welcome to the team. I'm happy to have you. Hopefully you do good things for us. I watched a little bit of his highlights. He did some things with the Patriots, did some things with the Panthers, and I think he was on another team. But again, he's like a journeyman type of defensive lineman. Maybe just a camp body, but we'll see what he does. And then last but not least, and I can't believe this one. This one had me heated, to be honest. And I was actually going to do a video on this if he also brought in Daniel Falele, which is also still very possible. And if he does do that shit, I will be back with a video. And that was re-signing Evan Neal. 1 year, vet minimum, nothing guaranteed. I would like to know why. Apparently it was John Harbaugh liked his film. I don't get... I can't believe I have to get back into this again, but I'm going to get back into this again. His film was fucking trash. His film was garbage. If you watched those 6 games I watched of Evan Neal against good competition, great competition, and inferior competition, he was not good. His footwork was some bullshit. Always played too fucking high with his hands. He got turned around too much. I never understood when people told me this guy was a top tackle. The only reason I could say maybe he was a top tackle, you could say he was a project and needed work, which that motherfucker needed a lot of work. And his athleticism. it was because he ended up jumping, I think, 2 or 3 big-ass cinder blocks or some shit like that. That's what got people hyped and excited. When it came to his actual film, that was not an NFL player. I don't understand what John Harbaugh sees. I get it. It's a vet minimum. Nothing's guaranteed. It's a camp body. But it's just, this is a waste of everybody's fucking time. It's a waste of everyone's time. Just bring back Greg Van Roten. Greg Van Roten actually has talent. Greg Van Roten can actually play the position. Evan Neal can't play either tackle or guard. So again, I just don't understand the signing. And I swear to God, this motherfucker brings in Daniel Falele. I'll go fuck off. I'll really go off. Well, regardless, I just wanted to make this video. It's been, I think, a month, if not a little less than a month. Again, just got really busy with my job. I had some personal stuff going on, some tragedy, unfortunately, but that's just how life is. I'm going to try to make more videos. I've done work on tackles and prospects, but I don't have a good enough computer to be able to do film, so I'll probably just do videos saying my notes and all that shit. I do like these tackles. I don't think they're top 5 tackles, but it is what it is. But regardless, I babbled enough. It's been over 40 minutes. This has been your guy, Greg Giants. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to try to do more if I can. Again, life just gets in the way, unfortunately. So, thank you for watching, and peace. Thank you.